Gran Turismo 7. This game went from the game everybody loves to the game that everybody loves to hate in a very short time span. I've been doing content on this game ever since it released, and in light of everything that's happening with the game right now, I kind of feel like I wanted to weigh in on some things about the game. So last Thursday they put out patch 1.07, and it completely broke the game. So they took the patch down and they shut the servers down, and that sounds like, hey, that's a good thing. They're fixing it. They care about the game, but this is a game that requires an online connection all the time. So this game was down for over 30 hours and was completely unplayable. The only thing that you could play in this game was the music rally, and you could do some arcade races. But when you go to your menu map, it wasn't showing any money. You couldn't see your cars. You couldn't go into your garage. You couldn't do anything but arcade races on the available tracks. So that's something that, really didn't sit well with people. I understand it. I understand the frustrations of spending, from $70 up to and over $100 for a game that you couldn't play. With that being said, I don't think it was the end of the world. I think people, they tend to go a little overboard with these things. I mean, look, at Gran Turismo 7, it wasn't going to be out for a week and then something broke on it and the developers just say, oh, well, we're done. It's going to get fixed. It's going to get fixed. I kind of feel like that with pretty much any game that I play that, I know is going to have longevity, or it already has longevity. If something's broke, the developers are going to fix it. They're just not going to wash their hands with the game and go, well, that's it. Let's move on. It was going to get fixed. So I think that people were taking it a little too hard. Although, like I said, I do understand their frustrations. So let's talk about the, 10,000 pound elephant in the room. They completely nerfed the payouts for a lot of the races that people were grinding to get money for. And the funny thing is, I'm seeing a lot of things now online in forums and other YouTubers talking about how, the grind was getting to people. But prior to the update where they totally nerfed the economy, I didn't really see too many people complaining about the grind. I think people are willing to grind in video games if the grind has a worthwhile outcome. I've been grinding in video games ever since I was a teenager. The first time being when Final Fantasy VII first came out. I would literally sit there and I would kill the same dragon, over and over. I would literally sit there for hours and just kill the same monster, but I had a huge payout. Every time I killed that monster when I was at a low level, the whole party would raise up, maybe 4 or 5 levels at a time. And I would just keep doing that until I could kill him easily and I wasn't leveling up easy anymore. So I don't think anybody really minds grinds in video games as long as it's worth your time to do the grind. And with them reducing the payouts, it's got everybody scratching their head going, you know what, is it even worth it to bother with this grind? So now that I said that, Kaz, the owner of the game, the guy that this is his baby, he did put out a statement, and we're gonna go check out what he said right now. Okay, so before we get into his statement, when the game went down, they put out one tweet, and it was just a tweet basically saying that, sorry they had to shut the servers down, and they're working on an issue, and it'll be up as soon as possible. And 30 hours went by, and they never said another word on it. The communication that they had with the community was non-existent. They literally posted that one tweet and then never said anything again until Kaz posted this. And that is horrible, simply horrible. I do feel it's unacceptable. They're a AAA company. I mean, even small indie developers, they have people that keep up the community managing service of it. The fact that they couldn't have someone come out in every hour or a couple hours, just update us, say, look, we're still working on it. We apologize. You know what I mean? But, we promise you it's going to get up and running as soon as possible. I think that would have just eased things over with everybody in the community. And instead, by them being quiet, I feel like that just threw fuel onto that flame. You know what I mean? Not saying anything and just leaving people in the dark with the game that they couldn't play. I don't think that really helped anybody. So, to all our users, I wanted to explain what happened in this update. Immediately before the release of the 1.07 update, we discovered an issue where the game would not start properly, in some cases on product versions for the PS4 and PS5. This was a rare issue that was not seen during tests on the development hardware or the QA sessions prior to the release. But in order to prioritize the safety of the saved data of the users, we decided to interrupt the release of 1.07 and to make a 1.08 correctional update. So, that's wonderful. Okay, that's fantastic that they had the issue and they didn't want to screw up our saved games. So, they acted. Why they couldn't have told us that on Thursday is something that I don't really understand. I truly feel that those two little paragraphs right there, if they would have released those maybe an hour after the initial tweet, I think things would have been smoothed over a lot more. I really do. I think that would have went a long way. So this is for the reason for the delay. My sincere apologies for the late report to everyone. Also in this update, some event rewards have been adjusted. I want to explain the reasons for it and our plans going forward. Okay, so this is where we're going to get into the real controversy here. So in GT7, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races, even without microtransactions. Let's just stop right there, and let's just take a look at that. I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races, even without microtransactions. So he's saying that you can enjoy the game with microtransactions, but even if you can't afford them or don't want to use them, he wants you to enjoy lots of cars and races. Okay, microtransactions. Microtransactions that are pay to win or pay to progress. I'm not for. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know of any gamer that really likes microtransactions that are pay to win or pay to progress. For example, F1 2021, I've bought microtransactions in that game. I've bought the currency to open up the podium pass, but those unlock aesthetic items. Okay, those unlock things that they don't do anything for you. They don't do anything for the car. They don't upgrade the car. You're not unlocking tracks. You're not unlocking cars. You're not unlocking performance parts. All they are like liveries and, racing suits, racing helmets, stuff like that. Nothing that's going to improve your chances at doing any better in the game. Those kinds of microtransactions, I got no issue with. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I don't have issues with those. Microtransactions that help you progress through the game or win the game, that's what I have a big issue with. And that's kind of what the microtransactions in this game do, because you could buy in-game credits that you're going to need to buy better cars, that you're going to need to buy tuning parts and tune your car. So, yeah, microtransactions, I'm just not down with that. I really wish that wasn't even an option in the game. At the same time, the pricing of cars is an important element that conveys their value and rarity, so I do think it's important for it to be linked with the real-world prices. I want to make GT7 a game in which you can enjoy a variety of cars, lots of different ways, and if possible, would like to try to avoid a situation where a player must mechanically keep replaying certain events over and over. i.e. grinding. So, this whole paragraph, there's a lot to take in here, okay? First of all, he's kind of confusing because, if possible, he would like to try to avoid a situation where people have to grind. Okay, cool. But then he says he wants to have users enjoy lots of cars and races even without microtransactions. Okay, so how the hell are we going to enjoy lots of cars and races without microtransactions and without grinding? Okay, as of right now in the game, there is no answer to that. There is no answer to that. We either have to grind races over and over again, or we have to buy currency to get the game, to get the cars. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Look at, I'm a fan of Sims. I love Sims. I love games that bring the realism. However, I do not need a game to remind me that my ass is too broke to buy a BMW, or I have to work, thousands and thousands of hours to put said ass in a nice car, right? Like, yeah, I just don't feel we need that level of realism in the game to say, hey, look these cars are beyond your grasp. Even in a game, these cars are beyond your grasp, So I don't really understand what he expects anyone to do to get cars in the game the way the game is right now. Right now, you have the option of grinding or buying microtransactions. So he goes on to say, we will in time let you know the update plans for additional content, additional race events, and additional features that will constructively resolve this. Okay, so they have a plan to resolve it, but we have to wait. How long do we have to wait? Okay, what I don't understand is if he never intended us, the player, to rely on microtransactions or to rely on grinding, why would they wait to put in additional content that resolves that? I don't understand. I'm having a really hard time wrapping my mind around what it is they're getting at. Is it the fact that they really thought that the microtransactions were going to go over well, and now that they're not, they're rethinking it? Because I could have told them right from the start that this is a horrible idea. This is a horrible idea that nobody is going to like. Okay? Like, literally, one of the cars in the game right now is over $18 million. There's two of them. It would cost you a small fortune to even buy all the microtransactions to purchase one of those cars. Freaking ridiculous, okay? But, we have plans for the future to constructively resolve this. So in the meantime, what are we supposed to do? Buy your microtransactions, right? That's what you want us to do. Obviously, you want us to buy them, or you wouldn't even give that as an option. Oh man, I don't know. I'm getting a kick out of this. It pains me that I can't explain the details regarding this at this moment, but we plan on continuing to revise GT7 so as many players as possible can enjoy the game. We would really appreciate it if everyone could watch over the growth of Gran Turismo 7 from the somewhat longer-term point of view. Okay, so that statement right there, I completely expected that. Okay? If you want my honest opinion, I'm going to say that Gran Turismo 7 is probably going to be with us for the lifespan of the PS5. Okay? I honestly don't feel we're going to see a GT8 in the lifespan of the PS5. Unless the PS5 lifespan goes the longest that we've seen yet. It's a possibility, but who knows? But it just confuses me how he says that, he doesn't necessarily want us to rely on grinding, and he wants us to enjoy lots of cars and races even without microtransactions. If you really wanted this, then you wouldn't have put microtransactions in the game. And the grinding aspect, That's pretty much any video game. Like any video game, you have to grind to to reach goals, whether it be level up or grind for cash to buy new things or anything like that. So I'm really interested to see what kind of additional content that they have planned that's going to resolve the grinding and the microtransactions. I have no idea. I really have no idea. Because you can't give us one single race that's going to solve all of our money issues, right? Is he going to have what? I mean, possibly, right? He could do one tournament, like so many rounds, and then the winner gets the ultimate prize of 20 million credits or something, I guess. But again, that's not going to help everybody, right? That's not going to make it where everybody is going to be able to enjoy the game. So, with all this being said, I would like to just state what I think they should have done. I truly feel that the fans of GT Sport really get to shaft in this game. Okay, and let's take a look at something else while I'm talking about this here. Okay, so the fans of GT Sport, I feel they are really getting the shaft with this game, because imagine playing GT Sport so much and loving that game, and then we get this game, and they think, cool, I'm going to go over to Gran Turismo 7, I'm going to enjoy the sport mode of it, because that's what I enjoy, and then you get over here and you find out that you have to play the single-player mode to unlock the sport mode. You have to play the single-player mode to gain credits to buy cars. You have to gain credits to tune up your vehicle, to buy parts for your vehicle. You have to earn credits to customize the looks of your vehicle. So yeah, I kind of feel the GT Sport fans really got the poor end of the stick, so to speak, with this game. Perfect solution for that would have been this. For the GT Sport fans, have them bring their car collection over to GT7, but those cars are only allowed to use in sport mode. You can't use those cars in the campaign mode, because obviously in the campaign mode, they want you to progress, right? And I appreciate that. With the menus, it's clear that they want you to start off with the slower cars and work your way up towards the faster cars. And if we're being honest here, okay, and let me back out of this for a second. What menu number am I on anyway? I don't know if it'll even tell me here. Menu book. Okay, I'm on menu book number 22. Okay, and in 22 menus, there's not one car that I collected that I can honestly say I would have bought on my own. There's just not. Like, we don't get very good rewards from the menus. That's just my opinion. Maybe you think I'm wrong, right? And that's okay. Maybe you're like, no, I think you're wrong. I think they're great. And that's fine. We can all have our own opinion on it. But yeah, I just think that it's so confusing what he said. He doesn't necessarily want us to grind. He says that he wants us to enjoy many cars and races, even without microtransactions. That statement right there, it just bothers me a little bit. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I hope he listens to the player base. I hope they really listen to the player base, what they had to say. I mean, they have a lot of people giving negative feedback. They even have people that are like in the esports community that, are speaking out. They have some big YouTubers speaking out. So hopefully they'll listen and they'll make the necessary adjustments. With that being said, I enjoyed the game. I'm enjoying the game. Again, I don't technically mind having to grind. Again, if the grind's worth it. I think that's the biggest thing. If the grind is worth it, then it doesn't bother me. And I don't think it bothers other gamers either. As long as they feel like that, their time is well spent, that it's being, you know, I don't know, being well compensated for. So I guess that's all I really have to say about it. But I'm very excited to see moving forward what they do with this game, what they bring to this game. I'm interested in his ideas for resolving the issues on the grinding. I really am. The only thing I really am hoping for is that these updates come out sooner rather than later. I truly feel it's imperative to this game for them to get at least one of these updates out soon so people can get racing and earn more credits to get the cars they want and to get all of the updates and the upgrades and the all the tuning things and everything like that they want. And the only other thing I really have to say is that the roulette ticket, worthless. Absolutely worthless. I don't know what they were thinking of putting that in the game. I don't know why they just didn't leave it alone. The roulette ticket, every single one of them I've gotten, and I think I've gotten up to a 4-star ticket already. And every time I get the lowest amount of cash available, it's a joke. It's a joke. Either fix it or just take it out of the game because it's not needed. Let's go back to the way it was where when we get our miles, we get our daily workout in, we have a chance at winning a car. I think that was much better. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're getting some enjoyment out of the game. Feel free to leave in the comments what you think about all this. And yeah, hopefully we see something from Polyphony really soon.